Welcome to the adrenaline junkie country that is New Zealand. I've been here about 5 days and I'm about to do my first challenge. Now I'm down at the Glacier on the South Island and I'm about to do another skydive. Those of you who've been watching the channel will know that I did my first skydive in Mission Beach about 2 months ago, and despite being quite scared about heights, it was fine, and I was quite nervous beforehand and I really enjoyed it. And with my first skydive I landed onto a beach and got this really lovely view of the coast and stuff, so I decided if I was going to do a second skydive then the place to do it is the mountains. Now I'm going to be actually skydiving over the glacier, so I should get some really nice footage of the glacier, which will be brilliant, and I'm just really looking forward to the different scenery. Hopefully I won't be quite as scared as I was last time, so I should be able to enjoy it a little bit more. I absolutely love the free fall. Once you kind of get over that, oh my god I've just jumped out of a plane feeling, the free fall is awesome, and the great thing about this flight is they actually let me take some photos. Now I could take the camera up, the only thing is I can't take the camera up during the free fall, so I think I'm going to get their DVD and so I'll leave the camera work to the instructor, who's going to be tandemed up to me. I'm not jumping out the plane on my own second time round. We might have to leave that for a future challenge, but I will be taking some photos on the way down too, which is brilliant. It means I can take some pictures of the glacier from the plane and stuff. Joining me on this challenge I have two fellow companions, two fellow travellers, Paris and Ash. They've both done a skydive before. They both did theirs in Australia too, in Byron Bay, so they're looking for the different scenery too. Now we are all absolutely knackered. We were meant to do this flight yesterday, but the weather unfortunately turned bad on us, so we didn't get a chance to jump yesterday. So we've had to jump a day later, which meant basically we'd already planned to do a full day's hiking on the Franz Josef Glacier, which is about 25 kilometres away from here. And it was so tiring. We were like cramponed up and trekking around. I didn't do it as a challenge because, to be honest, it wasn't as exertive as a lot of the other trekking challenges I've done, and it wasn't really that challenging. We were in like a group of 10 trekking up the mountain, but it was quite knackering, especially when I've now been travelling for over 2 months and haven't done a great deal of sport while I've been travelling, so it was a bit of a shock to the system. But we had a really cool day on the glacier, and we came home and we thought, oh, there's clouds, it's probably going to be cancelled. Have to admit that all of us were a bit like, oh, if it's cancelled it's not that big a deal, because we were quite tired and we haven't eaten yet or anything. And then they sort of bundled us into this minibus and said, no, you're going to the glacier, come on, let's do this skydive. So today I will have trekked on a glacier and I will have skydived over a glacier, so that's pretty cool. This part of South Island is beautiful, understandably. The glacier was gorgeous this morning, and I'm hoping that the views are going to be just as good from above, if not better. It's a really nice part of the world, and South Island of New Zealand honestly is the place to go if you are an adrenaline junkie. I've got a couple more quite scary challenges coming up. I won't tell you too much about them. I shall let you see for yourself when I post the videos, but yeah, it's the place to go for challenges. I mean, if there ever was a home of Challenge Charly, it would probably have to be here, because there was just so much stuff that you can do. But yeah, first things first, my first New Zealand challenge, let's get in that plane and do a skydive. It's a little bit different from before. We've got, instead of having everyone in the same plane, it's a lot smaller plane. It's a Cessna, which is actually the plane that I flew when I had my flying lesson months and months ago. And we'll be jumping out of it this time, not flying it. There's only 2 people going at a time. There won't be a cameraman this time, because there's obviously not room in the plane for someone to parachute out with the camera like they did last time. So the guy that I'm jumping with will have a camera sort of on his wrist, like a watch, and I've just got to remember to look at that so that you can see the expressions on my face as I jump out the plane. Anyway, that sounds like the plane coming back into land, so it's obviously just dropped off 2 parachutists. So I should better go and get kitted up and get ready to jump too.
Big thumbs up, smiling away from the camera.
That's the one, yep. Charlie. Woo!
Once you've got all those, you across your arm. That means banana. Head back, hips forward, legs right back. Away we go. Tap, 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 and we're skydive wrap. We're in the plane now, Charlie. We're on our way to 12,000.
Awesome.
How was that, Charlie?
That was really cool.
Excellent.
Oh, awesome.
Charlie.
As you can see, I'm back on firm ground. The runway is behind me. That's where I set off from. And you can probably see that the light is dying. It's quite late at night. We only arrived here at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I think I did my dive at 8:30. So the sun is setting behind me. How amazing are those views though? That's beautiful, beautiful scenery. I thought it was so cool landing on the beach, and it was really great seeing the coastline. But I mean, Mount Cook, that was something pretty special. I've been told that this place actually has been voted the second best scenic dive in the entire world, other than just doing one by Everest, which apparently costs tens of thousands of pounds. And this one has cost me, including the DVD, altogether it's costing me £160, so not bad at all. I think the actual dive itself is £105. And the brilliant thing about the dive, you can take your own camera with you. Basically, as I'm wearing the jumpsuit, what they do is they put it in here. So I had like a cord around my neck that was tied to the camera, and I could take as many pictures as I wanted when I was in the plane. So I got some really pretty views of Mount Cook and the Fox Glacier. And then as soon as the parachute was then up, I could take pictures too, which was really, really wicked and a really nice kind of part of the dive. Yeah, it has been a really fun challenge. I think the great thing about doing a second skydive was just that I was just so less scared this time, and I actually really appreciated the views. Like, I had my eyes open the whole time. You might have seen on the video, I'm pulling a couple of faces. My shoulder really started hurting at one point. I think I just had it at slightly the wrong angle on his arm when I did the banana, but so that was a bit sore. But other than that, I mean, how cool was that? And yeah, it's just really nice to get a completely different view. So yeah, it's something I will do again, hopefully. One of the cool things about that jump, which you'll hopefully see in the video, was that when we came out, we did like a kind of tumble. So so he said to me, keep your eyes open and look upwards, because you'll see the kind of roll and you'll see the plane again, which was really, really cool. And I mean, just so much fun. So yeah, buzzing definitely, and hopefully buzzing enough to get myself through a couple of very extreme challenges in 2 days' time. Today is Saturday. On Monday, I think I'm going to do a bungee jump, and all I can say is that that is the one thing in the world that scares me more than anything else. So this really is going to be Challenge Charlie, but we'll have to see on Monday whether I'm going to be able to do it or not. I shall see you then.